Well, we cross back to Eastern Cape now, where in 3 years after the death of Madiba, thousands commit to spend 67 minutes of their time doing good to others. At Mthatha in the Eastern Cape, where he was born, hundreds have prepared to participate in several activities to mark this day and to also make the people of his home village of Qunu feel special. And we now cross back to our reporter Zimkhita Manqinana, who is, of course, at the Nelson Mandela Museum in Mthatha. And we say a very good morning to you again, Zimkhita. What do you have for us this time?
Welcome back, Simpiwe. Well, this museum was started with a collection of gifts that Madiba received after his return from Robben Island. He didn't have enough space to keep all those gifts in his home, so this museum was started so that people can come here and view how people felt about him. And also his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, is also exhibited here for people who want to learn about the values and what he stood for when he fought for the democracy of this country. Now, gifts continue to come in even though he is no longer alive. And now we are going to talk about this massive donation that is behind me, a canvas that was done in 2010 by the city of Cape Town. It was later auctioned, and a company called British American Tobacco bought the canvas behind me, and now it's donating it back to this museum. We're just going to talk to Joel, who's going to tell us about why did your company feel they needed to buy this beautiful canvas behind us.
Thank you so much, Zim. Indeed, British American Tobacco has held this canvas for close to 6 years, since 2011, when we bought it off auction. It is proudly hung at our head office in Cape Town, and we felt that it was time for the painting to come home, and quite correctly so, amongst all the many gifts that Mthatha has received. And I think when it was done, it was a testament to his values and to his legacy, and we think there's no better place for it. And as British American Tobacco, we are proud to be here at the Nelson Mandela Museum to hand it over. What
was the reaction of people who continuously visited your offices when they were seeing this canvas?
It is quite challenging, because the people will see the canvas and will ask themselves whether this company does indeed represent the values that the people who are signing on to this espoused. And I think we always try to practice the values of Ubuntu, and try to practice constructive engagement, and try to partner with society as much as possible, and indeed live out those values.
Besides this canvas that you're donating here, you're also in partnership with the donation of seedlings. Tell us about that.
Yes. Later on, we'll be headed over to Qunu, the home of Mthatha, where we have partnered with the Africa Rising Foundation, and we will be distributing over 200,000 seeds as part of a sustainability program where local communities will be able to plant their own gardens in a project called 1,000,000 Gardens for Mandela.
How important is that? Because we see poverty in these rural areas.
British American Tobacco is what a little known thing is that a huge part of our value chain is agriculture. So sustainability and food security are things that come naturally to our company. So it is very important for us to reach out as much as possible and help communities to be sustainable in the area of food security.
Besides representing your company, if I won't be putting you on the spot, what are you doing personally in your 67 minutes?
Well, I will tell you what. Many years ago, I was part of a United Nations in the United Nations mission in South Africa when Nelson Mandela Day was made an international day. So it's very personal to me as part of the UN resolution. So today, I will be personally planting seeds myself as part of the initiative.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Well, as you hear, Simpi, where people are getting their hands dirty, making people smile. When we were at Qunu earlier this week, they were complaining that they are often forgotten throughout the year, and people flock to Qunu during this time. But with the donation of those seeds there in that community, we hope it's going to give them something busy, and throughout the year they will remember that people of other areas think about them even besides the 18th of July. It's now back to you in Johannesburg.